Do you want to do this? Or this? Or maybe even this? No? Well then, maybe you should get back in your box. This video is going to show you how to make all 4 of these effects, which are simpler than you might think. I wouldn't say total beginner, but they don't require a degree in rocket science, which would be useless here anyway, because this is a video about editing, not rockets. In order to accomplish all of these, your editing software will need the following features. Number 1, masking. 2, keyframing, or the ability to animate. 3, chroma key. I'll let you know what you need at the start of each video. Number 1, the clone. For this, your software will need to be able to mask and maybe grade or play with the exposure of a clip if filming goes wrong. This is pretty easy to achieve. To make it convincing, you really need to work on your setup first. So let's reverse engineer this in the edit. As you can see, it's the same scene cut up into sections. Using your masking tool, you simply cut around a character, add your next layer, cut around, and so on. That's it in its most basic form. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. But what's tricky is the setup. So to start off with, when filming in an ideal situation, you'd have full control of light. Because if you film one section and the light suddenly changes when you film the next, the whole scene will look different and the jigsaw pieces will stick out a lot. You can use corrections to fix this in your editing software, but it's very hard to match exactly. If you do come up against visible lines like this, then you can use the feather option in your masking tool to smooth it out a bit and maybe save it. So that's the first thing to watch out for. If you're filming outside, don't dilly-dally, because if it gets darker or lighter, it will get a lot harder. The next thing to think about is the space between your characters. You can get them to interact if you like, maybe even to high-five, but this will require a lot more masking. Also, if they sit down on a sofa together, you'll notice the movement on the sofa. If they're too close, one side will move, and then you might see a line appear at the other side that doesn't. So it's easier if they're further away, but it looks way cooler closer. Why can't everything just be easy? And finally, make sure they don't overlap. If the clone on the left walks in front of the clone on the right, or the other way around, you're in for an epic masking task, and it's probably not worth it. So with the lighting steady, your character's movements planned, you hit film, and then layer them in the edit, and mask and crop each section until it looks like this. Number 2, the flying body parts. For this, you'll need masking and keyframing included in your software. I love this one. It's so delightfully weird and simple. I might bring it into my vlogs on a more regular basis. Oh, I could do this all day. So, all you need to do is film yourself. It works best to have an over-animated expression on your face for the parts where you want to have your face flying. Like this. There's tons of ways you could use this to tell a story. So once you've shot, go to your editing software and put it in the timeline, and then select the first face you want to fly in. Add a freeze frame, so on Final Cut, put the place head where you want it and hit Alt and F or Option F, depending on the keyboard. On other software, it's different, but just Google freeze frames, or if worse comes to worse, export the frame as an image and add it back in. Then select your masking tool and draw around the face on the image that now sits on top of your video files in the timeline. Use the feather option, if you have it, to tidy it up a little bit. And there you have it. If you cut out the face and it just shows the background or a gap, you need to invert it. So now set the length of your clip in the timeline and move it to where you want it to start. So on Final Cut Pro, you can see how that works. If you used a freeze frame, the image would be in the right position to end on straight away. Otherwise, if you added the image on top, you might have to line it up. Now make sure you're at the end of your clip where the two faces meet, hit the keyframe button. Move the playhead to where you've positioned the start of the face and hit the keyframe button again. There we go. It's time to have some fun with it. You can keep it simple and move it from the left side of the screen to the end position. That's going to still look pretty cool. Otherwise, keyframe the start and the end of the face on rotation and then rotate the face so it spins around and comes in. Love it. Or you could go nuts and have it fly all over the screen before it lands on you. Number 3, coming out of a screen. For this, you'll need a green screen and the ability to key, or a green sheet or a blue one would work too. So when filming, position yourself so that the green goes underneath you in the direction you want to pop out of the screen. If you want to reach down, then it needs to be below you. If you want to reach to the left or right, it needs to be to the left or right of you, and so on. Ideally, you want to light the green screen so there's as little shadow as possible on it, and also not too much intense light in any places, because it will make the keying a lot easier. So now plan your movement and get filming. Once you're happy with that, you need to film your real world environment. If you want to interact with the character, then make sure you take that into consideration. Otherwise, shoot your screen depending on your story. Now onto the edit. Put your real world environment into the software and then your screen character. Key the image and then crop and distort it so that it fits into the screen. This will be easy if lighting was nice and even on the green screen. If there are lots of shadows or bright light spots, as I mentioned, it can be a total nightmare to fix and you'll need pro software to do it well. And there you go. You might need to play with the colors and exposure a bit, but otherwise it's a great one. Number 4, the put someone in a box. For this effect, you'll need masking again. Much like the clone video at the start, you want the lighting to stay consistent here, so if you can control all the lights on your set, that's great. Otherwise, film pretty fast. First, test your positions. Have your partner position you and where the box comes down. Leave a little marker where you both need to be standing. Make sure neither of you cast harsh shadows onto the floor or walls where the other video might cover up later. Then stay there and have your partner hit film. Act like there's a box coming down, make sure your partner's arms are stretched out a lot so there's no overlap too. You'll see why in a second. Then move and get your partner to stand back on their spot and slowly lower down the box to the floor until it rests there. Now in the edit, load the clip of you standing there pretending a box is coming down and then add the box clip over the top and get the mask out and then cut around the box. You'll need to keep the keyframes on here as you might have to animate small sections of it as the arms and box change shape. Do this all of the way and there you have it. If you want to add a little bit more realism, you could make a shadow effect and then animate it to follow the box to the floor. For a bit of extra fun, reverse the clip so it looks like you're coming out of a box rather than going into one. You'll want your participants to act with this in mind though, which requires some planning to start. Learning editing tricks is not only fun, but it can get you out of a pickle when filming goes wrong, much to every editor's delight. Not. It's also great to have these tricks up your sleeve when it comes to making your content more engaging. As for places like TikTok, they're amazing for grabbing attention. If you want to learn more about editing, then hit subscribe as we teach people how to make videos, edit and promote videos, basically everything you need for success with video. And if you're new to video and you want to learn some basics of editing a vlog, then watch this video here or check out this step-by-step editing tutorial on iMovie 2.